Hello, young artists. I'm so excited you're here today because we're about to embark on a truly magical journey together. Are you ready to create some art that really glows? Imagine making something that shines bright even when the lights go out. Today we're diving into the enchanting world of mushrooms. These fascinating fungi come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, and some of them even glow in the dark in real life. But not just any mushrooms. We're making magical ones that light up the night. Picture a forest where every step you take reveals a new patch of glowing mushrooms, lighting your path with their gentle, mysterious glow. Imagine a mystical forest filled with glowing fungi, their caps shimmering under a canopy of stars. The air is cool and quiet, and everywhere you look, tiny lights twinkle among the trees. That's the kind of magic we're going to create today. We'll use our creativity to bring this enchanting scene to life right on our canvases. Get ready to let your imagination run wild as we transform our canvases into glowing wonderlands. You can invent your own magical mushrooms. Maybe they have spots, stripes, or even tiny fairy doors. This project is all about bringing the magic of nature into our art. We'll look closely at real mushrooms for inspiration, but you can add your own creative twist to make them truly unique. We'll be using special paints, some that glow in the dark and others that shimmer in the light, so your artwork will look amazing both day and night. And maybe even some tiny lights to make your mushrooms shine even brighter. You can experiment with different ways to make your art glow. With these glowing touches, your mushrooms will come alive in the dark, just like the magical forests in fairy tales. It's going to be so much fun. You'll get to experiment, play, and see your art light up in ways you've never seen before. So grab your brushes, paints, and a sprinkle of imagination, and let's get started on this glowing adventure. I can't wait to see the magical worlds you'll create. Before we begin, let's take a moment to be inspired by the real glowing wonders of our world. Did you know that some mushrooms actually glow in the dark? It's true. These fascinating fungi are called bioluminescent mushrooms, and they emit a soft, ethereal light. Imagine stumbling upon these glowing wonders in a dark forest. It would be like stepping into a fairy tale. You can find pictures of these amazing mushrooms online or in books. Look at their shapes, their colors, and how their light seems to dance in the darkness. Don't be afraid to let your imagination run wild. You can also draw inspiration from your favorite fantasy stories or even create your own magical mushroom species. Remember, there are no limits to creativity. Now that we're feeling inspired, let's gather our art supplies. For this project, we'll need a canvas or thick paper for our artwork, acrylic paints in various colors, brushes of different sizes, a pencil for sketching, water for cleaning brushes, paper towels, glow-in-the-dark paint, and, if you like, a bit of glitter glue, googly eyes, or other fun embellishments. The glow-in-the-dark paint is our secret ingredient for creating the magical effect. You can find it at most art supply stores. Choose a color that you think will look best on your mushrooms, or get creative and mix your own glowing shades. Our first step is to create a magical forest background for our glowing mushrooms. Imagine a place where the air shimmers with mystery, and every shadow hides a secret. This background will set the mood for the entire painting, so take your time to envision the kind of enchanted woodland you want to bring to life. We want to create a sense of depth and texture, making it look like our mushrooms are growing in a lush and mysterious woodland. Think about how the forest floor is never flat. There are layers of moss, fallen leaves, and little mounds of earth. Try to capture that richness in your painting, so the mushrooms feel like they truly belong in this magical world. Start by painting the top of your canvas with a light blue or purple, as if you're capturing the last light of dusk filtering through the trees. These cool tones will help create a dreamy, otherworldly atmosphere, perfect for our glowing mushrooms. Gradually blend this color into a darker blue or green as you move toward the bottom of the canvas. Let the colors softly melt into each other, creating a gentle transition that mimics the way light fades in a dense forest. This gradient will help guide the viewer's eye and add a sense of depth to your scene. This will create the illusion of a night sky peeking through the trees, hinting at the time of day and adding a touch of magic. Imagine the sky just after sunset, when the world is quiet and the forest comes alive with hidden wonders. You can use a sponge or a dry brush to blend the colors and create a soft, dreamy effect. Gently dab or sweep the brush to blur any harsh lines, making the background feel misty and full of depth. Don't be afraid to experiment with different blending techniques until you achieve the look you want. Next, use a dark green or brown paint to add some subtle tree silhouettes in the background. These shapes don't need to be detailed, just enough to suggest the presence of trees and add layers to your forest. You don't need to draw perfect trees, just some simple shapes to suggest a forest setting. Let your imagination guide you, and remember that the goal is to create a sense of mystery and depth, inviting viewers to get lost in your enchanted woodland. Now comes the fun part, painting our glowing mushrooms. This is where your creativity can really shine, and you get to bring a magical forest to life right on your canvas. Imagine stepping into a world where mushrooms glow softly in the moonlight, casting gentle colors across the forest floor. Mushrooms come in all shapes and sizes, so don't be afraid to experiment. Some are tiny and delicate, while others are big and bold. Nature is full of surprises, and your painting can be too. You can make them tall and skinny, short and stout, or anything in between. Try mixing up the shapes to create a more interesting and lively scene, or even clustered together like a little mushroom family. Grouping mushrooms can make your painting feel cozy and natural, just like a real forest floor. Use a light pencil to sketch out the basic shapes of your mushrooms on the canvas. This helps you plan your composition and make changes easily before you start painting. Once you're happy with the arrangement, start painting. Let your brush flow freely and don't worry about making everything perfect. Nature is full of beautiful imperfections. You can use a variety of colors for your mushrooms. The more imaginative, the better. Think about how magical and otherworldly glowing mushrooms can look. Try vibrant reds and oranges for a warm, fiery glow, or yellows and cool blues for a softer, dreamier effect. Greens and purples can add a mysterious, enchanted feeling to your scene. Don't be afraid to mix and match colors for a truly magical look. To make your mushrooms really pop, try adding some highlights and shadows. This will give them a three-dimensional look and make them stand out from the background. Use a lighter shade of paint to create highlights on the caps, making them appear rounded and dimensional. Imagine where the light would hit the mushroom and gently brush on those lighter tones. Conversely, use a darker shade to add shadows underneath the caps, giving them a sense of depth. These little touches will make your glowing mushrooms look even more magical and lifelike, as if they're ready to light up the night.